All right, there's a new sheriff in the town for web scraping because of these AI models. So what you can do right now is amazing. Now you can take a simple screenshot of any website. For example, a company profile in LinkedIn. You can take just a screen capture of it and you can pass it to an AI model like ChatGPT and extract the information you need. Like in this case, you can ask ChatGPT to analyze this image and extract the information like the location, the number of followers, the employees, what it does, the website, everything. So if you have done any web scraping in the past, like with Python frameworks and other tools, you know how much of a pain it is. It always breaks down and it's tedious, it's difficult, it takes time. This is like a superpower, especially if you couple the extracted information with more AI functions. You can create really sophisticated AI automations really quickly and without any coding experience. How great is that? This is what we're going to do. There will be a Google Sheet with a list of company URLs, and we will use make.com to extract that list of URLs, and we will pass those URLs to a service called Scrapingbee. And the Scrapingbee, it will take these screen captures of these profile pages and return it back to us. And we're going to pass those screen captures to OpenAI's ChatGPT and ask it to extract information. And we will extract them as JSON data. And those JSON data, we will process the JSON data and we will log those data back to the Google Sheet. So that's what we're going to do. Let's get into it. All right, first things first, let's make the Google Sheet. I'm inside my Google Drive. I made a folder called Make Training, and let's create the Google Sheet. Let's call it the company list, and let's add headers: company URL, company name, website, followers, employees, location. And let's format it. I like to keep things organized. All right, this looks good. Now these are the 5 companies I'm going to scrape. Let's do one first, right? Make sure that our system works for this one thing, and then add the rest of it. All right, now we have the Google Sheet with one URL. Let's go to make.com and go to the scenario section. I always make folders. I like to keep things organized. I'll copy this. This will be my scenario name too. All right, save. That's so in that folder, I will make a new scenario. Cold. I will call it vision-based scraping. All right. The first thing to do is to read the company URL from the Google Sheet we have. So for that, we're going to get the Google Sheet module. If you can't see it, you can type it here, Google Sheet. By the way, to add scenarios, you can add scenarios from here. You can right click and add module, or you can just click on this purple button right here and Google. Now Google Sheets, once you click on that, you will see a lot of stuff here. What we're going to choose is the Google Watch New Rows. That's what we need. I have already set up my connection here. If you haven't, you will have to do it. So, and click Add, and you can sign in with your Google account and set up that connection. Once you've done it, you have to choose the file. Spreadsheet. Now this is our folder, Make Training. Inside the Make Training, there should be our the company list. Because you connected your account, now it will show up here. Now the sheet name, sheet is sheet 1. Table contains headers. We have a header here. Contains headers. Row with headers A1 to Z1. So that's A1 to Z1. And the limit, maximum number of results to be worked with during one execution cycle. That means once you run this scenario, the maximum number of rows this module going to extract will be 2. But we have just 1, so let's put 1 there. All right.
right. Now once you've done it, let's run it once. Let's see if we get it. Yes, we got it. Now let's pass the URL to some kind of a service to get this screen capture of this about page. How we're going to do it is with Scrapingbee. Scrapingbee. See more. Take screenshot. All right. Now, just like we did here, we have to make a Scrapingbee connection. In order to do that, you need to have an account in Scrapingbee. Go to Scrapingbee, sign in, and once you signed in, you will have your dashboard right here. And there, in this section right here, you will have an API key. You have to copy it. Copy the API key. Double click on this module, Scrapingbee, and add a connection. Company list. Paste it, save, and once you saved it, now the connection is made with Scrapingbee server. And the URL you want to scrape, all right, is available here in the company URL section, right here. Click on that. Device is desktop, all right. Screen, screenshot full page, yes. Well, the screenshot selector is that you can target different sections of the page with different CSS selectors, but let's not complicate things now. Let's leave it blank. Window height, let's do 720 by 1080, 720 by 1280. A bit lower resolution. Higher resolutions will cost you more, that's why. And let's go to show advanced settings. Block ads, yes, you need to block ads. Block resources, block images, and no, we don't need to block images in CSS. And cookies, and this part is going to be, this is very important, but we'll come back to this later. And the country code, what else? Session, timeout, milliseconds. Oh wait, let's wait for like 1500 milliseconds. That's like 1.5 seconds, so it will give time for the page to load, right? Okay, run once. All right, nothing happened. Why is that? Scenario was initialized, scenario was finalized, and it's completed. That's what make tells us, but nothing happened. Look at this. There's no data here. It's null. What happens here is that we have already ran it once, and it has extracted this one record, and now we are asking to do it again. What happens is this is a watch new rows module, so it looks for new rows. It's not going to revise the row that it has already read, so there are no new rows, right? So it's going to say there's nothing. That's what's happening. So in order to avoid that, this is annoying, right? So in order to avoid that, what you have to do, choose where to start, click all, and then rerun. Now it works. All right, and this URL was passed to this here. Output is a screenshot. Now this is actually a PNG file. Now we have the screenshot. We have to pass the screenshot to a OpenAI. I'm going to use OpenAI. OpenAI Vision. Analyze an image. Vision. Now you have to make a new connection here as well. Click on add, and you have to paste the OpenAI API key and the organization ID. You have to go to openai.com, go to this API key section, create a new secret key, and you'll be given an API key. Copy it and paste it somewhere. Keep it safe, because once you created it and press OK, you won't be able to look at it again. And if you go to settings, the organization ID will be here. Copy the OpenAI key and the organization ID, both of them here, and you'll be fine. And next thing is that we have to create the prompt, which is the biggest deal here. Well, let's go to OpenAI Playground for that, this chat section. So, what to write here? Now, prompt engineering is a thing. We'll get into prompt engineering deeper in a later video, but for now, let me briefly explain how to write this prompt. So this is the formula that I use to this type of prompts. I'm going to include these 4 things in the prompt. You're an expert web scraper. That's the role, right? We are telling the LLM what his role is. And your job, this is the job description, job and context. In this case, I'm not going to provide a context that much. I'm just explaining the job. And your job is to analyze this screenshot of a company profile on linkedin.com and extract information as specified below. These 5 things. I want you to extract these 5 things from that company profile page. Company name, website, followers, number of followers, employees, and location. Now, if you go to the company page, all this information is here, right? The company name, the number of followers, the number of employees, website, the location, everything. The job is to look at the screenshot of this page and extract this information. Job and context. Next, the guidelines. Take note of the following guidelines and concerns when compiling the output. You must be as accurate as possible. You must not add comments to the output. Employees must be a single number, therefore it shouldn't be something like 10 to 15. Like, look at this. These numbers are like 2 to 10, 201 to 500. It's always a range on LinkedIn. So I don't want that. I want a single number. You must write the number of followers as a number. Therefore, 15K must be 15,000. Look at this. It's because of this. That now 385K. I don't want that. I want a number. So you can say that to the LLM. All right, now we gave the role, job, and the context, guidelines, and now finally we have to give the example. Now this is the example. The following is what the output should look like. Now, don't panic. This is not a programming language. It's a JSON script. We need the output in JSON format. JSON is not a programming language. It's a standard way of writing information so the software systems can understand. This whole block has to be within these 2 curly braces, and JSON is actually name value pairs. This is the name of the property. This is the value. This is the name. This is the value. Company name and example company name. Website, example.com. Followers. Now look at this. This number is not between these quotes, because this is a number. It's not a string. And look at this. Now these are separated by commas, and the final string doesn't have a comma at the end. So anyway, look at this really carefully and make sure that you write it as exactly as this. Curly braces, quotes, the colon, the comma. It's very important, right? The copy is as exactly as it is. Make sure you do that. So anyway, this is my formula to write this type of prompts. So you don't need to have this in the prompt. It'll confuse ChatGPT. So delete that. So this is your prompt, right? So now you have to provide a screen capture. So how to do that? I'm on Windows. In Windows, what you do is Control-Shift-S, save the full page, click on this, upload image, upload that screen capture. What we're doing here is that we are building our prompt. You'll be spending some time perfecting your prompt when you're doing these type of automations. You have to spend some time because this is the most important part of the job. Look at that. It has extracted those information from this screen capture we provided. Now you just have to copy this prompt because you know it's working. Go to make.com and paste it. All right, that's your prompt. Now let's add an image. it should be an image file. What's the image file? It's the screenshot we got from this. All right. That's the screenshot. And the model should be ChatGPT. GPT-4. Let's go to advanced. There's nothing. Okay. That's it. Let's run it again. Let's look at the bundle. Cannot extract specific details from this screenshot as it only displays the LinkedIn login page. Look at this. What's happening here? Remember I told you this is very important. This cookie section. Let's copy this URL. Let's go to incognito mode. Paste that URL and let's visit. All right. This is what makes the Scrapingbee sees. All right, now what's happening in this scenario is that this URL is being passed to this module, Scrapingbee, and Scrapingbee visits this URL and take a screenshot or whatever that loads. Well, now when Scrapingbee goes there, this is what Scrapingbee sees. It can't sign in. This is what it sees. And you pass that screenshot to ChatGPT, and this is what it says. I cannot extract specified information from this screenshot as it only displays the LinkedIn login page. Exactly, this is what it says. So what to do? But here's the thing, you can't pass your username and password. That's not a good idea. And what can you do is that you can pass the session cookies. Let me explain a bit about the session cookies. If you're familiar with session cookies and what it does and their function, just keep this chapter. This will be useful. Let's imagine this scenario. Your parents have left, you're alone at home, and you access the internet, and you found yourself coming across some exotic website. All right, accidentally, of course. I mean, you don't do that. So now you're scared. You don't want your parents to find out about what you did. So you want to clear the history. So what you do is that you go to history, clear recent history. All right, I'm on Firefox. More or less, this is what you do. And because you're panicking, you always select everything, and then you clear. Once you clear this history, because all you want to do is clear the browsing history, if you think about it. But what you do, because you're panicking, you clear everything, like the temporary cache files and the cookies. You clear the cookies as well. Now, once you do that, if you can remember, you go back to YouTube or Google, try to check your mail or something. Now you're signed out from everything. Now you have to sign back in to everything that you signed in before. That's because you deleted the cookies, specifically the session cookies. What does the session cookies do? When you sign into a system, like for example Facebook, your session started. It's called your signed in session. And what Facebook does is that it creates a cookie, and it has some metadata in it. Don't worry about it. And it saves that cookie, the cookie file, locally in your hard drive. So every time you visit Facebook, what it does in the backend, what it does is it search for this. If it search in your hard drive in these specific locations, it depends on your browser. It search for these session cookies. If it can find a session cookie from Facebook, it let the server know, oh, he has a live session, so let's sign him in. Let's not ask for the credentials again. So your session continues. So because of this, everything is so convenient, right? So you can just sign in once. You can close the window, even close the browser, even shut down the computer, and come back in 1 month, and still you are signed in. So, obviously, there are some security concerns with this, but it's convenient for everyone. So in this case, what we do is that we will take the session cookies for LinkedIn from your hard drive and pass those cookies to Scrapingbee. So Scrapingbee doesn't have to sign in. When it has to sign in, it has the cookies. It will be automatically signed in, and these profile pages will be loaded in the server side. So you will have no problem. So what you can do, go to manage extensions in whatever the browser I'm using, Firefox here, cookie editor. Click on that. I already installed it, and add this extension. All right, this is available for Firefox, Chrome, and everything. Even if you're on Mac, you can use this cookie editor extension. So what you can do, go to homepage, just in case. You don't have to, just in case, go to homepage, and in the cookie editor, go to extensions. All right, and export. You can just export header string, and now you're done. Come to this scenario. All right, the Scrapingbee. Go to cookies section and paste. All the cookies are now pasted, and run once. All right, we got it. Look at that. Now the hard part's over. Now the output is in JSON format. It's fantastic. How to process JSON data, process anything in computing terms is called parse, right? So you have JSON, you have parse JSON module here. So you have to create a data structure here. Add. You can generate a data structure based on sample data. Now we have a sample here. Look at this. We have a sample. This is our sample. Assuming that you write it correct, these quotes are important, this colon is important, this comma is important, and these two curly braces are important, and these numbers shouldn't be in quotes because they're numbers, they're not strings. So assuming that you've done this right, I'll copy this and I'll paste it right here. Generate, save. Well, the JSON string has to be the result, right? This result, whatever the results that this module outputs, that should be the JSON string that we should parse. Okay, we've done it. So what this says is that whatever the JSON string that you receive, you have to parse it to match this data structure that we've given you. Okay, let's run it again. Run. Okay, run anyway. All right, output, look at this. This was the input, JSON string, and the output was the company name, Scrapingbee. All right. So the final step is to log this data back to Google Sheet. So let's do the Google Sheet. This time we have to update a row. Update a row. Choose the thing, make training folder, company list, sheet name is sheet 1. Now the row number. Which row number do we have to log this data onto? Row number is this row, right? The row that we just read. So row number is the Google Sheet. Now these are the modules: JSON module, the OpenAI module, Scrapingbee module. We need to get the row number from the Google Sheet that you see right here. Google Sheet, the row number. Look at this. It blinks because we are referring to it. Row number. That's the row that we have to update. Table contains headers. Yes. Values. Company URL. We don't have to log anything to company URL, but we have to log this data into the company name. Company name. Website column. The website. Followers column. Followers. Employees. Location. So this is what happens. The output from here is the company name, website, followers, employees. Now this is the output we got. Now we have mapped that output into these columns. That's what we should do, right? Whatever we go from there, we need to map these things into these columns. All right, now we are almost at the end. Run once. All right, let's see if it works. It worked. Now let's paste all the other URLs and run it again. It's working. It seems like, yeah, the OpenAI page has been processed. Oh, it stopped because we said this, right? The limit is 1. So we have 3 more. Let's do 3 because the limit was 1. For one execution cycle, retrieve just 1 row. That's what we said. So it did that and stopped. So we have 3 more rows. So let's do 3. So we can do it with 1 execution cycle. All right, we got it. All right, we did it. Well, now what you have to do is that solve your own problem. That's how you learn, right? Solve your own problem. Maybe not the LinkedIn page, maybe do something else, some other profile page of someone on X or something, right? Do that, and that's how you learn. And in the next video, we're going to extend this same automation because now we have extracted some information and we are going to process them further with again AI, and maybe come up with an advanced automation process for cold emails or product promotion or something. Well, I haven't decided it. Maybe in 3-4 days. I'll see you again. All right, until then, good luck. Bye bye.